A journey soon begins.
Its prize reflected in another's eyes.
When what you see is what you lack,
Then selfless love will change you back.
Whatever.
Hi besties, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I know I am because this week I got to collaborate with a friend of mine and my favorite booktuber, and I'm so excited to share with you guys what we've been doing. But before we dive in, I want to tell you guys all about the sponsor of this week's video, Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is a jewelry brand that prioritizes ethical sourcing and environmentally conscious production of their jewelry, and every single piece that I've gotten from them has become an absolute staple in my wardrobe. But my favorite thing about Ana Luisa is that I can shop guilt-free because they prioritize the environment with everything that they do. All of the jewelry they make is water neutral and carbon neutral, and the materials that they use are all ethically sourced, which means that you can look cute while doing no harm. Two of my favorite things in the world to do. Additionally, with Mother's Day fast approaching, if any of you are struggling with gift ideas like I have been, look no further, because I'm sure your mother would love nothing more than to be decked out in high quality ethical jewelry. I'm going to attempt to inspire you by showing you the pieces that I got this time around. First, I got this necklace set. It has this beautiful little green pendant, and then the top one is slightly shorter. And then I also got these two rings. I got the Michelle signet ring. I've wanted a signet ring ever since Joe gives one to Lori in Little Women. So like since the Civil War. And it matches perfectly with the Temple Green necklace. So I feel so put together when I wear them both at the same time. I'm like, yeah, I'm coordinated. And then I also got the Wiley cigar band. It's a really simple gold band. And then also I have to shout out the earrings that I got last time I worked with Ana Luisa. I wear them every time I wear earrings. They're my go-to. They are the Rocks small earring. It's a cool take on a standard hoop because it's a little bit more elongated and square. Another big part of any company's environmental impact is their packaging. The boxes they come in are 100% recycled, and then each piece also comes in its own little fabric pouch, so there's no plastic. Anyway, I'm obsessed with Ana Luisa, and I think you should be too. And right now they're running a buy one get one 40% off sale for Mother's Day, so you can get one piece for your mom and one piece for you. And if you want to shop all their amazing jewelry, please click the link down in my description. Allie and I both got some Ana Luisa jewelry this week, and I can't wait to see what she got. All right, back to the video. So Allie over at Allison Pages and I decided that we wanted to walk a mile in each other's shoes. So this week we swapped our favorite books and our lives. We swapped our daily routines and read each other's favorite books, and it was a roller coaster of a time, but it all started with one fateful conversation. Hi, Allie!
Hi, Sally!
I'm so excited!
This is so cute! Who wants to go first?
I want you to tell me what my week is gonna look like.
Okay, I'll do that. So, the first one is every day you have to get at least 10 experience in Duolingo in Dutch.
Your Dutch rendition of Where You Lead was my favorite thing that's ever happened.
Wanneer je vertrekt, ik zal je volgen.
Also, Lauren's harmonizing in the back.
I know, you did the little like backup vocals. Overall. Okay, the next is 30 minutes of exercise every day. It doesn't have to be crazy, but just move your silly little body every day.
Can do.
The next one, do you know what morning pages are?
Yeah, like journaling morning pages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so ideally every day, but if you really want to have a raw, authentic experience as me, do it like 3 or 4 times and then beat yourself up for every day that you miss.
Gotcha. That's right up my street.
Then the last 2 are around bedtime, because bedtime is very important to me. Routine is very important. So the first one is no plans and no work after 5 p.m.
Okay.
If you do, you will have a panic attack.
Okay.
And then the next, I started doing this over the past few months, put my phone away at bedtime and just read until I'm ready to go to sleep, until you start like nodding off in your book. So those are the daily ones.
Okay, perfect.
And then the things like to get like extra credit points, I guess, if you could do them like once in the week. When you already do, take a long walk. The next one is to try a new recipe that you've been wanting to try. The next one's sort of like a daily one, but it's again extra credit just to try and get outside as much as you can. Again, beat yourself up when you don't reach that quota that you
Of course, of course.
And then the last one for trying to do once is to do a craft. Make a collage, paint something, get a little artsy. And then there's one super extra credit. I call this X Games mode. You don't have to do it. Sobriety.
Can do. Absolutely, I can do that.
How you feeling?
I'm so excited. I feel like it's gonna be the best week of my life.
Okay. The first one that I picked for you was none other than Lonely Castle in the Mirror. Of course. Is anyone surprised?
I wasn't.
This book is a little, like, not everyone loves it, but this one just blew me away. I know that you appreciate quiet beauty, it seems. And I think this book has that.
Oh.
Like, it's one of the only books where children are the characters and they actually act like children and talk like children and their relationships are actually childlike. All the loose ends were tied up in the end, not even ones that I realized were unraveled. And I was just so blown away by it.
I'm so excited about this one.
And then the second one is Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. Need I say more? Well, I mean, this one's very poetic and you're my poetry friend.
Love.
And also there's just so much food imagery in here, and I know that you appreciate a good meal, and I also know that you're super close to your mom.
This is true.
I personally am just like, objectively, I'm aware that everybody dies, but my brain refuses to accept that I will ever live on a planet without my mom.
Me too.
I think that was a reality that I really needed to face, even though it fucking sucked, but it was so good.
This one's gonna destroy me.
It's the only book that made me cry. No other book has made me cry. Aw, dude, I'm so excited. Not only is this gonna be so wholesome, like the tasks, but like this is so intimate to read the favorites.
I feel like it's like one of the best ways that you can get to know your bestie.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
I'm so excited!
I was like, I'm excited to collab with Allie because she's a creator I admire, but I'm also just so stoked to talk to my friend all week.
My cheeks are warm.
My face hurts from smiling.
Thanks for doing this with me.
Of course, thank you for doing this with me, Allie.
Ein Jungen ist ein Kind. Sie ist eine Frau. Sie ist eine Frau. I did my morning pages earlier, and so it was kind of weird to wake up and write when I was like, no thoughts had empty. So morning pages done, Duolingo done. Today I do have plans after 5, but that is because I have a friend in town who I never get to see. After I see her this week, I'm not making plans after 5. Let's do it. Hij drinkt. Ik drink de milk.
Het water.
Het water.
It's moments like these that I feel acutely aware of my own mortality.
Je bent de man. You are the man. You're the man. 3-day streak. Here's proof.
I look like a green bean today.
I am a into this, and so far I really like it. It's already like very atmospheric and cozy. I'm really excited to like hopefully dive deep into all of the other characters. At this point, I feel like I am a Dutch expert.
We eten een boterham. We eten een boterham.
Today I'm a blueberry. Sitting down now for an early bedtime to hopefully get some of this read. I'm really liking it so far. I love books that have like a game element or a competition or a riddle. So like the fact that they're all looking for this key, I'm into it. Although they're not really looking for the key, which is interesting. Which is part of the reason some people I've heard don't like this book. They're like, why are they not looking for the key? But like, I get it. It's like an escape for them. They don't want it to go away. Jullie eten de boterham. De vrouwen drinken. The women drink. I don't. Not this week. Another day, another drama. I did all my daily things. My activity was going on a long walk. So I checked off long walk and activity and get outside. Oh, God, what a sleigh. Mega sleigh for Sal. Yeah, and I read a bunch of Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I'm like 40% into it. But for now, I'm gonna read it until I fall asleep, as Allie has told me I must. So. I fell asleep last night reading Lonely Castle in the Mirror, so I woke up this morning and finished it. So that's what I thought. I'm about to do my Duolingo, and then I'm gonna read Crying in H Mart later. And in true Allie fashion, I'm gonna do a cry counter.
Ik ben een vrouw.
Ik ben een vrouw. I am a woman. Hear me roar. I am sitting in my backyard reading Crying in H Mart. So I'm ready to be destroyed. The first tear has fallen on page 91. It's gonna be rough. Add it tally. We're back for the recap. First, let's talk about Allie's routine. There are definitely things in Allie's routine that I will take with me into the future. I really want to try to keep doing morning pages, so I think I'm going to try to do that
at least a few times a week and stick with it, because it really made me feel like I was starting each day on a clean slate because I was clearing out my head before I did anything else, and I really liked that. As for Duolingo, I'm definitely going to keep doing Duolingo, but I am going to switch to the language that I've been trying to learn, which is Italian. Although Dutch was very fun and I really enjoyed myself. Love that Allie and I are both on a language learning journey. Once Allie's a Dutch master and I'm an Italian master, the best part is I can go to Belgium and she can be my translator, and then we can go to Italy and I can be her translator. Are you kidding me? I think we have to go on the road. 30 minutes of exercise was really easy because I'm in the middle of my Chloe Ting challenge, so that was just a part of my day anyway, but I definitely had more motivation to actually do it knowing that I was doing it for a video and for Allie. Like, there was a level of accountability that I appreciated this week. Here's the rub. Here's the struggle bus that I am on. No plans and work after 5 simply couldn't be me. I respect the hell out of Allie for doing that because that's healthy boundary setting, and couldn't be me. The issue with no plans after 5 is that most of my friends have like 9 to 5 jobs or they work during the day. And so if I want to see my friends at all during the week, it has to be after 5. Because of this video, I am working on making a daily schedule for myself so that I can finish by 5. So I'm gonna work towards no work after 5. I cannot guarantee no plans after 5. But do you know what task was show-stopping, revolutionary, never been done before? Lady Gaga at the VMAs singing Paparazzi and Poker Face? Reading before bed. You would think as a booktuber that this is something that would have occurred to me before. You're wrong. The reason I never read before bed before is that when I read in bed, I fall asleep. Oh my god, it was so great. Because I was going to bed so much earlier, I felt so much less tired. Reading before bed, that is staying in my routine. Absolutely. Boots the House Down Charlie.
Also, I stayed sober all week and I didn't really think about that one at all. So, X Games mode unlocked.
So the tasks went really well. But now let's talk about the books. I watch all of Allie's videos and I always think that we don't have similar taste. There's definitely certain opinions that we share for sure, but there's also a lot of things that we differ on. For example, Sally Rooney is probably my favorite author. Allie's not a huge Sally Rooney fan. She's much more willing to dive into fantasy than I am. I love a classic, not Allie's favorites. So I was really excited to swap books because I knew it would push me out of my norm. Also a little scared because I was like, what if I hate it? So speaking of magic and fantasy, Lonely Castle in the Mirror. Chef's Kiss was so good. This was like a perfect foray into reading about a magical world for me because it's still very much rooted in reality. There wasn't a ton of world building that I had to get over, which is usually the part in fantasy that I'm like, I'm out, no thank you. If a book has a good game element or competition element, sign me up, okay? I live for that shit. And this has a competition element, but it turns that trope on its head a little bit by making the objective of the competition less important to the characters than the journey to get there. I really liked the way that she wrote the competition element and the lack thereof, I guess. But I think my favorite thing about Lonely Castle in the Mirror is that this has 3 of the best plot twists I've ever read. I love nothing more in a book than a good plot twist because I've read so many books where the twists feel cheap. First of all, I didn't see any of them coming, which is rare. I'm a bit of a fortune teller when it comes to the books I read. I didn't know what was coming. By the end of it, I was weeping. Like Allie said, all of the loose ends are tied up, even ones you didn't realize were unraveled. It's so brilliant the way the ending ties this whole book up with a perfect bow, and you're not left with any questions, but you are left with a ton to think about. There's also a lot of commentary in this book about mental health and bullying, which I think is super valuable. As a person who was once a kid that dealt with pretty severe mental health issues, I felt really seen by this book, and I just wanted to hold all of the characters. I really appreciated the accurate glimpse into children's mental health. I liked the way the kids didn't have the words to explain what they were feeling, and they were scared to tell people because they were scared of the feeling. The author just captured that so well in this book. But overall, I think it was so brilliant, and I'm so glad that we did this video because I don't know if I would have picked this one up if it hadn't been for Allie, and I'm so glad that I did. Next, we have Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, aka Japanese Breakfast. There's honestly not a ton for me to say about this book except that I think it was beautiful. It was stunning and heartbreaking. If you don't already know, this is a memoir about the time that Michelle Zauner spent watching her mother die of cancer. It's a shockingly honest portrayal of grief. I definitely saw myself in this book in terms of grieving and the illogical ways our minds work and twist after a loss. It's also about identity and Michelle Zauner's connection through her mother to her Korean heritage. A lot of that is conveyed in this book through food imagery and descriptions of meals. To me, I think one of the best words to describe this book is unflinching. She doesn't pull any punches. I have lost quite a few family members in my life, and it is very difficult to convey the world-shattering effects of a big loss. Michelle Zauner did it so perfectly. One passage from the book that stuck out to me is, "Sometimes my grief feels as though I've been left alone in a room with no doors. Every time I remember that my mother is dead, it feels like I'm colliding with a wall that won't give. There's no escape." Don't read it without tissues. All I can say is that it's brilliant. I wish I had more eloquent thoughts, but it's hard to have eloquent thoughts about something that leaves you completely destroyed. That is my week of living and reading like Allie. I had such a blast. I found 2 of the best books I've read this year. Allie's Taste, immaculate. You can go check out her video and her channel at the link in my description. Like, subscribe, comment down below what part of Allie's routine you're stealing to use in your daily life. Let's all live like Allie. If you want to join my Patreon and Discord community, we run 2 book clubs each month. We read a Shakespeare play together and we read another book together. I do live streams and I hang out with them in the Discord almost every day. If you want to join the community, we would love to have you, so please hit the link in the description. And in case you haven't heard it today, I love you. Bye.